There's something inside that they can't get to, that they can't touch. It's yours.
What are you talking about?
Hope.
Hope. Let me tell you something, my friend. Hope is a dangerous thing. Hope can drive a man insane.
Yeah, mateys. Welcome, everybody. You are back in the nest with the Gnarly Bros after a disappointing loss 20-10 to the San Francisco 49ers out in the Bay. Felt like it was a look in the mirror, a reality check for the Falcons to really see, maybe the hype, of course, that we felt is not as good as gold. Tale as old as time. The Falcons hope that gets up and we get squashed back into reality the next week. Jason Kelly, most importantly, how you doing today, my man?
Doing great, dude. Doing great. Like I was saying earlier today, going to try to bring positive vibes to the cast. Because, like I said on my text, sometimes in life there's a choice. Sometimes we have a choice and you can choose positive or negative. So I chose positive today. Played a bunch of drums, had a good good session, and some good dad time, and then listen to my fantasy football podcast that I listen to every Monday. Watch some of this Lions Bucks game, and but I'm ready to look in the mirror for sure.
Yeah. You remember those Mondays where you just kind of like drag the loss with you,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All day, just, slogging around.
Too many times, man. I feel like we've developed some pretty thick skin and a good foundation of strength over here being Braves, Dogs, Falcons fans, because, while things are pretty good for our teams now, we've been down there and we've gotten our hopes way up and then had them smashed. Yeah, man, back when I was at Georgia and stuff, be all depressed after losing. After a while, it's like, no, can't. This is just a game,
But it is a game that we care deeply about, team that we care deeply about. So when we have a win like that victory against the Bills, something happens to you. There's a buzz, there's an electricity, and you just feel like the Falcons know how to get your hopes up. It's clear that we are coming back to kind of the three pillars of frustration. Well, there's the fourth. The owner starts at the top. I'm gonna postpone that. We might not see eye to eye, but we got to talk about the people that have their hands in the stew, and that is Raheem Morris. Do you want to go Ra? You want to go Heem? Are you more of a Heem or Ra?
Whatever you're feeling, dude.
I feel like we should switch it up. Sometimes Ra, sometimes Heem. I feel like Ra is still a big question mark. We want to create a challenge for any listener that's out there. I want you to find a time when Raheem Morris is saying any words, speaking to anyone, and that includes on his headset. Just give me a time where he's communicating with anyone, except the refs. Because we can't call talking to the refs coaching. And we can't call, chumming it up with our boy that makes his way, crashes into the sideline. That's not coaching either. So Show me when Raheem coaches Case Lodge. Tell
I
me.
heard a theory that his headset isn't even plugged in.
Kind of like Getty Lee's, bass amps that are like washer and dryers.
The
He's
washer
doing
dryers.
then. He doesn't need those things.
Oh yeah, dude, it's like when a guitarist is endorsed by whatever and they have a dummy cab in front of yeah.
Yeah, that's deep. I like it. Well, I mean, we know that obviously we're not behind closed doors. I'm sure Ra is making adjustments here and there, but on the field, what are you seeing out of Raheem Morris in game management?
Well, I think the challenge for the listeners should be to find a time that he's on camera where he's not looking at the jumbotron.
He didn't have the jumbotron this time. He was in trouble. He didn't know what to
Well, I'm sure they have a jumbotron at Levi's. Yeah, I mean, he was looking at it the whole game, from what I saw. It's all he does is look at the jumbotron. Are you talking about the Mercedes?
Yeah, it's a little bit more intense, and I think it's a little steeper.
It is steeper. You're right.
But yeah, he's essentially just taking the game in.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, because you've said this stuff a lot, and it's like I try to do devil's advocate and think like, what's the argument against this stuff? I mean, obviously the argument against it is like, we don't know anything about this stuff, and these guys have been doing it their whole life, and they've been in the league for so long, and
sure.
people love him, and I think the players do like him. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's tough to. It's like, I don't know, and everybody's different. The way we present, the way we look. I mean, some people, that person that's like real quiet in person and really calm and stuff, but then through text message is like an absolute animal. Like, that person, maybe there's something there, like I was saying, a ventriloquist, like maybe he's talking, but you can't see it or something. I don't know. I mean, but yeah, man, I mean, the tangible stuff that we can see is not good. The clock management stuff, the delay of game, like the delay of game stuff should have been cleaned up and shouldn't be an issue. That's something that should happen once, twice a season. I mean, honestly, man, I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating there, but like, and it's supposed to be the kind of thing where it's like, okay, I can see what happened there. I understand, like this happened. But no, it's like you can see it happening in real time, and a lot of that I think is on Penix. Actually, he's the one that has to get the team set, but I guess the coaching aspect of it is like, are they working on this in practice? Are they emphasizing this in meetings? Do they have like not consequences, but like, do they have a system for like, hey, how are we going to clean this up? Like, here's our guy from here's our analyst. He's an expert at this stuff. He's gonna meet with you guys during QB meetings, and we're gonna go over this stuff, and we're gonna clean it up.
Okay, I hear you on the specialist talk, but can't a head coach talk to his most important player? Can't the most important person on the coaching staff have a clear relationship and ongoing dialogue?
Do you think they don't?
We can think of Belichick. I've never seen it. I've never seen any evidence.
Yeah, well, we're talking in the middle of the game, but like I'm talking about cleaning it up between games.
Think about Spurrier, your boy. He would give him
I see what you're saying. He should give him a hard time.
I know all these things, and I've told myself these things. Obviously, he's to get to where he's at to be a head coach in the NFL. It doesn't happen out of nowhere. You got people like, I think, Jalen Ramsey said he's the best coach that's ever coached me, and won a Super Bowl as a defensive coordinator with the Rams. Like, you know, I'm just saying that when the game occurs, I don't feel like we're in good hands. I have no evidence to show that he's any better than, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of people that know football.
Yeah.
And a lot of people could, I would think, handle some of the coaching situations. If not, then he's kind of like, you know, if you go to a busy restaurant and there's like that, maybe that manager that's like going and chatting with every table when, you know, the kitchen's on fire, the bus boy is in it, but he's like chumming it up, you know.
He's that guy.
He's that guy. He's that guy. He doesn't realize the big. He's kind of loving who he gets to be as a coach, but not really coach. I may be off this, but I don't have any evidence to show otherwise. Other than I have seen there be good halftime adjustments. And I do think there are those, and I'm sure that he's a big part of that. Just in the game, challenge me to show any coaching at all. I'd love to see it. But I think Raheem, I kind of felt that way in the beginning of the season, but I think with Penix, faith is kind of waning. I don't know. I don't want to be an alarmist. We want to keep the vibes positive here, you know. But what do we think? What's the temp on Penix?
It's not good. But you know, we've seen flashes. You know, we should go back and watch the last few games from last season. But it's definitely like, and I was saying today, like losing McGarry, I do think is like such a huge factor, man. Especially since that's his blind side. And you know, I remember when people were asking him like, his fear of getting injured again, since he's had the two massive ACL, you know, or knee injuries.
And you know, can't ignore that.
No, and he assured everyone, like, listen, like that does not pop into my head when I'm playing, and you know, and I believed it, and I want to still believe it, and I feel for the guy. Like that would suck, but
the body
it does seem
score much.
Yeah, what'd you say?
The body keeps the score.
Okay, yeah.
Well, it's definitely like a theme used in therapy, you know, as far as like trauma and things like that. But I would say in this case, both mental and physical. There's no way that your body hasn't kept the score of 2 ACL blowouts. There's no way you take that away.
Right, especially if you're not confident about you know, the backup and lineman that's on your blind side, you know. And the line has played well, I think, and there have been moments where he has had time to throw. Sure. You know, and it's the NFL. You're never gonna just you know, it's always gonna be like this. Could be like a millisecond, you know, a half second better, but and that's what we're gonna hope for here. I hope that we just totally invest in the line in the off season, because I do think with time he can be a serviceable, solid NFL QB, because you can put the ball in spots, you know, weird delivery and all, you know, even though it looks like it takes a long time, I think he can get it out really quick.
Oh, so, he's just being quick to get it out of his hands.
Right. Sure. I what I see, and maybe it's because he's a lefty, but I really think that like he's Tua. I think he's his. That's who I think his comp is, and that doesn't really make me like really excited, you know. But like Tua's had moments and been able to, you know, lead that Dolphins offense to some crazy heights. Unless it's a weather game, then you can just forget about it. They played in another weather game on Sunday, and he was just absolutely dreadful. That dude needs like dome or sunny 75 degrees, but we'll see. We'll see if that's something like that's a factor for Penix, but yeah, man, I mean, he's still, it's like, I don't see like fear. I just see discomfort, and like an uneasiness, which I mean, like understandable. But like watch that Broncos game, and watch Bo Nix, and it looks a little different on that level. And he's had his struggles this season too. But like we want to see, I'm not going to say all the cliche words that guys like Collinsworth and Troy Aikman say, but
Collins less. We're not fans of Collinsworth here on the pod.
Collins worthless.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, man. But like, what do we call it? Like discomfort or skittishness, kind of.
Yeah. Seems like he's a little bit deer in the headlights at times. He had kind of confused. It does not seem like the numbers speak to it. His numbers while under pressure versus when he's not under pressure are vastly different. And he does himself favors by getting the ball out quickly. But I think that might have been one of the key elements to what was holding us back, is that a lot of the plays were taking a long time to develop. A lot of these routes, when you see them kind of back from Penix's purview, it's like he's in these troubles and none of his receivers have their heads turned around yet.
Yeah, that was one of the big issues with Arthur Smith. Yeah,
you got to have a hot route. Am I right?
I mean, yeah, you would think so. I guess Bijan is like, a quick answer to some of that. And there's some cool play designs, and that's getting better. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about him except for the intentional grounding. We're just gonna like let that one slide. It was so bad though. It was pretty bad.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then the delay of games where it's kind of like, dude, how have you not fixed this by now? This should not be happening anymore. No. And I guess the question then is like, what's going on? Like, he's processing everything. Like, is he a slow processor? And then, and again, this is all vibes based, man. But the first read stuff, it does seem like that's where we're going, but we don't have like a bunch of dudes. So it's, it's London or then Kyle Pitts, and Bijan too, but
Mooney was back in there and had some big catches, but it's, of course, we can also have questions around the play calling again,
it was up and down.
It was up and down. It's up and down. I think it's a mystery what's going on there, but it was obvious that Penix was not looking sharp. Some of the throws on those last drives where he's like, they were ugly. They looked awkward. They weren't just near misses. They were like kind of clown tosses, if you will.
I hope he never sees this, dude.
I mean, some of the throws he had looked like laser darts from the gods. So I hope he listens to that part.
Yeah.
If you are listening, Michael Penix, I do believe in you. I think that your lack of experience right now is showing, and you're a young quarterback. But you get to choose what happens next. And a lot of people were writing him off after that 30s zip, and I'm not writing him off one bit. I think he's still got a cannon. I do think he has really good football sense. I think the NFL is very tough, and they're throwing a lot of different things at him. They're taking the first option away, which is making him make his different reads, and he's got to practice that. He's not there yet, but we still got love for you, MJ.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. This stuff takes time sometimes, man. Oh, another thing I was saying too, the O line, I think really just cannot be under or overstated how important that is. And then the other thing, man, is like that $150 million backup who's fully healthy now. That's got to be weird. No matter how much you don't think about it or say it, that doesn't affect you. It's got to, man. He's it's like he could be benched at any moment, and then that just sucks. Like it seems like he's afraid of being benched, or something. I don't know.
You think Kirko might be like, slipping him like some Bible verses, and he's
Probably.
like not down, maybe like a couple of too many like words of affirmation. He's like, believe in yourself today, and it's maybe getting to him a little bit, rattling.
Maybe, dude. That would get to me.
Man, what are the combos like with them? They spend time together for sure.
Probably super chill, man. Yeah.
I think they're chill. I think they've been chill, but I bet in these days it's a little quiet in that quarterback room.
Maybe so. Maybe that's maybe that needs to change. Maybe someone needs to come in there and rile it up a little bit. What do you think, like, if we just said like, all right, I just want to see him like just open it up, and just go nuts. Do you think it would be like Pick City? Like, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks?
No, because I think that you get London and Pitts in rhythm. They're big boys. I think we got shots. But it's hard to say. Of course, we're not seeing everything that he's seeing. But here in the nest, Penix, you're still part of the nest. Swoop on through. We do believe in you. I just think that at this point, I'll be honest. I'm just gonna be honest. Sometimes I had expectations he was going to be a little bit better.
Oh yeah,
he was going to sling a little bit more. I thought we were going to see a little bit more of that killer instinct. I don't really kind of, balls to the walls, whatever. No F's to give. But he seems cautious. He seems a little bit out of his element. We'll see. Coaching again. So on the defensive side of the ball, were you aware that biggest play of the game, arguably, it was 13-10. We're down 3. It's 3rd and long, and we have 10 players on the field. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I mean, I didn't hear that.
When Bates goes outside, even though he has no one to cover, and McCaffrey, their biggest weapon, catches that pass.
Yeah, no, I didn't know we had 10 on the field. That shouldn't happen.
No. So this is where we got to look in the mirror. In the nest, we want to be very, compassionate. We got to start with compassion. We got to start with love. There's a lot of love, a lot of respect. If you're a Falcons fan, if you're here in the nest with us today, you have our respect. Am I right, Fonk?
Of course, dude.
Yeah. So we start there. And Falcons, you're part of this nest. You're part of this cast. But there comes a time where we've built our rapport and we got to be a little bit more honest, right? I don't think we are a well-coached team. And I do not think Penix is an elite passer, elite quarterback. I don't think he's top half anytime.
Mhm. No, not unless something clicked, or yeah, he started really just cooking on offense, which I don't think it's not like this is Zach Robinson's first year. He was here all last year too. Although it is Penix's first season with him. But yeah, no, I agree, man. I agree. And that's but it is so funny because it's like we finally get a defense and then suck on offense. But defense is really good, man. I mean, they played a great game yesterday. I know that McCaffrey had his way, but I mean, we had some big stops, 20 points to the Niners. I don't know. I think defense is really good.
Well, a big reason why we suffered is our boy, Vine Diablo, was out, and we hurt bad for that. JD Bertrand is barely a pro, in my opinion. I don't think he's just not the guy out there, and he got tossed around a little bit.
With that helmet on,
the
bubble helm.
Lord helmet, if you will. Yeah.
I respect the bubble guys, but it doesn't look very.
Do you?
I do, because they're like, no, I don't care. I don't care how dorky this looks. I'm trying to like not get CTE.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I think that this game could be said like, how do you adjust to not having your starters? Depth. Like, they were out a lot of folks on defense. Who's that? Fred Warner, their star, he's out. And so our lack of depth is being exposed.
Oh yeah, always is, man. This is always the case for us, dude.
And Wilkinson, he has played admirable as the right tackle, but he got toast.
Backup.
He was third string, so
okay, third string. Sorry,
it's not his fault, but we don't have depth there, and we didn't have depth at linebacker. And I think once you get if Drake London went down,
it would not be good.
It would not be good because we have no depth there. Casey Washington is having some little flares, but that's not a real wide receiver too.
No, he's not not even going to entertain that conversation.
Yeah. And I don't know what's going on with Mooney, but doesn't seem to be having fun out there. We're a vibe cast, and who knows if he's just injured, but we love you, Mooney. You're a real one. But I hope to see more of you, a little bit more flavor on that side of the ball. But overall, we are the Falcons. We are who we thought we would be. After that Bills win, after you're number one in defense, you're number one in offense.
What was the number one in offense? What?
I think it might have been number two, but it was yards. But and this is
that's why I'm like, what? I don't care about that. That doesn't mean
28th in points scored.
So, dude, that's enough said. Enough said. Don't give me that yard bullshit.
Yards,
Come on, dude.
Brings in the dubs. We got to score. We got to be better in the red zone. But you know what? We got the Dolphins next week. They look atrocious. I'm hoping maybe it could work out to where if we have to dice Heem, then we keep Ulbrich.
They're not going to do it, man.
Player, and then bring in McDonald for OC.
McDaniel,
sorry about that.
I mean, dude, yeah, but that's not happening. Yeah, we don't make moves we don't do smart things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nah. Ulbrich is going to get hired by. He's going to get a head coaching job next year.
And we'll keep him.
Yep.
After going to the playoffs and losing.
Oh, I don't know if we're going to make the playoffs, man.
Yeah. I still believe we can. It's just a shame how well Carolina's playing. It's not great.
Did they win again?
Yeah, they're 4-2,
Damn.
man. Goodness
4 and
gracious.
3. 4 and 3.
4-3. Okay. Yeah, 4-3. 4-3. But you know, we are Falcons fans, and we got our hopes up. But at the same time, we're trying to stay balanced this year. There's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. If you are Raheem, and you're going into the locker room this week, what's the message? What's the focus point?
I don't know, man. I mean, if it's me, or if I'm him, because
Good question. Let's say Case Logic comes in there. He's got what? Do you have a notebook? Do you come in? Tell me. Walk through it.
It would be to wipe that from our minds completely. Not that it was like terrible or anything. I mean, or that bad, but which we can do. We've shown we can do that to start fresh on Wednesday or whenever they come in, and really focus on fundamentals. Honestly, the clock stuff, the 2-minute offense stuff. Yeah, it would be defense, do you, and then it would be fundamentals on offense. I guess that would be it, man. I don't know. Maybe a lot of motivation, but that doesn't always. I mean, I played on football teams where the coaches would have the best speeches you've ever seen in your life, and then we would get like slaughtered 67-0. So, I mean, the motivation stuff. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So if I'm Ra, I'm going in there and I'm sitting in a room with Michael Penix and Zach Robinson, and we're having an open conversation on what are we seeing, what are we missing, and how can we be versatile in our attack? Because it seems like we have a game plan, and then when someone knocks us off that game plan, we're kind of like, oh, well.
Yeah. Also, man, this is this is something I wanted to say earlier, but another one of those fourth down. It's like, how many of these are we going to do? And don't you think that Algier or Bijan could have got 1 yard? I mean, or I don't know, man. That was like impactful. I don't know. We still had the game. We could have won the game at that point, but that was it. After that, it's like it's over now.
Tie the game. You could tie the game.
I don't trust the kicker to make anything.
3-yarder. There's a lot of people that are saying, hey, big reason why he just doesn't trust his kicker. So,
but let's do a better play.
That one had worked many times, but I think that it also had made the highlights. Like Drake London has pulled that move. Like he pulled that last year in Philly. He pulled that, and he didn't really. He can't. You got to really sell that. He kind of rounded it out, gave it like a Kyle Pitts route via 2024. But hey, man, let's pit stop. I'm continuing to see a lot of heart. He's running some sharp routes. Like I have no qualms with Kyle Pitts. You keep doing you, sir.
Does it seem like he gets taken down really easily?
Not these days. He used to. I think
yeah,
huge difference.
it looks like disproportionate. It looks like it's like one-on-one. Okay, like he should like at least like truck this guy a little bit, but it's like arm tackle and he's down. I don't know.
I feel like that's last season. I feel like he's given a lot of stiff arms, and he's not easy to take down this year. I feel
Yeah.
like that's part of what I'm seeing is a difference in his approach, his investment. Maybe he's trying to chase that dollar, but whatever it is, Kyle Pitts, we salute you.
Yeah. Salute.
Okay, hey man, we're all in the nest here. Benny, we're hearing from Case Lodge. We'd like to see a little bit more resilience on the tackling department.
I mean, I'm sure he does have some broken tackles, and it's just his size. You would think this has always been the conundrum for me with him. It's like,
He's not
okay, so
he's not
fast. He's going up against these little these cornerbacks and stuff, but it's not a mismatch. I guess what I'm saying is, where's the mismatch? Shouldn't there be a mismatch? There's no it.
That's a good point. When you put it like that, I'm with you. Like, yeah.
But go, Kyle Pitts. Get out there, you unicorn, and be the best unicorn you can be.
Yeah. Let those rainbowed locks in his hair. Rainbowed wind in his locks.
Wind in his locks. No, dude, he's having a good season, man. I get excited when as soon as I see this him, I get excited, and I'm rooting for him. We need him, man. We need him so bad. Just don't pull up that draft and look at who we passed up. Just don't ever do it. It's like Hall of Fame city, dude. I'm not even joking.
There's
at least like 4 player offensive or defensive player of the years. I think.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
No, maybe not 4, but at least 2 or 3.
Yeah. Micah.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah. Right. Hey man. Terry was, it's week to week. That's what we can say. Terry Fontenot's looking like a genius last week with Michael Penix and his defensive stars. And this week we're, talking about, Jamar Chase and Michael Parsons. That's just the way it goes. What doesn't change is that we'll be here in the nest for you. If you brave this hour, if you brave being a Falcons fan, or even a Falcon or a fan of these 2 gnarly bros, then you've probably been through a little bit of gnarliness probably as well. We salute you. We support you. We appreciate you being here. So grateful to get a chance to talk to you, my brother.
Always, man.
Always. And that's what it's all about. Chance to bring ourselves together. It's a big reason why we love sports, to the dog fam. Roof, roof. Woof, woof. Yeah, we might have to dabble in that one day. But for right now, we're focusing, staying grounded in the nest. Anything else to let our listeners know about before we sign off?
I don't think I could dabble in any kind of dogs podcast just because, like, it's all about like recruiting and stuff. And I can't. It's also about like petty dramas and stuff. And I know that happens in NFL, but it's just weird. I love college football, but nah, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what I see on Saturdays, and that's enough.
Hell of a game, though.
Hell of a man. It's been some. You can say we might not be our best here as Bulldogs this go around, but we've had some gutsy wins.
Gunner.
That's
my guy, dude. I'm a
Yeah.
Gunner truther.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Carson Beck, 3 INTs.
4.
Blames it on his receivers.
It was 4.
4 INTs. Thank you. Let's don't shortchange the man. See ya. You are not a damn good dog. Wasn't built to be a dog. Just wasn't a dog. But Gunner,
Dog.
definitely dog. Bootleg Gunner.
All right, maybe we will do a dogs podcast.
Well, it's been a pleasure. As
Hell yeah,
always.
dude.
Tip of the cap to all those in the nest, far and wide. And let's gear up for Miami. Let's get a get right win. If we lose this one, Raheem shouldn't be getting on that plane.
We better win.
We better. But I like to see it. We've had a pretty stacked front of the season. And a lot of people said if we could be 500 at this point, we'd be okay.
Yep.
And it wasn't long ago that we were taking down the reigning MVP. Like, we're gonna be up again, baby. And who knows? So we got some injuries to talk about in general, but there's a possibility, my friends, that we're gonna be entering our second Kirktober due to Michael Penix's injury. It is possible that we get some Kirk action this week in Miami. So tune in, and the Gnarly Bros will keep you abreast of the sitch. And with that, we sign off. Caw-caw.
Shoot, yeah.
Shoot ya.